Hi guys, thank you so much for all the nice things you said about me on that last thing I did on YouTube, which was just unbelievable. 5,000 hits in like 6 days. I can't believe it. Anyway, right, the reason why we're here tonight is oh, and by the way, I'm filming on the RX10 Mark II, okay, which is sort of following me around the downstairs of my house at night. It is at night because, as you can see, it's quite late. Okay, because the big hand's pointing down here. And why it's late and why I'm doing this late is I've got the front door open. And we're going to take you outside, so just follow me, follow me. We're going outside because there's something happening tonight. It's the 12th of August. It's normally rainy Manchester, but we're going to have clear skies. Now I'm glad about that because tonight's the night of the Perseids. Well, it was last night as well, but tonight's going to be the best night. And we're going to have a clear sky. So we're taking the Sony a7r Mark II. We're going to do some tests with it in low light, very low light, because it's going to be really black. We're going to have no light pollution. And let's see what we can get with some shots of some meteors. This is going to be so exciting. Oh, by the way, I've had this a few days now, and I've had some mistakes and I've learnt some stuff. I've got the correct connector for it for video. That's the LAEA4. So have that connector now. So this is going to work how I need it to. Also, I've got to tell you about, you know, that battery, the battery holder. Oh, it didn't work. It was making it do really bizarre things. So I'll explain all of that later. So anyway, right, we're going into the park. The park's over there. I don't know whether you can see much in this. I forgot what the ISO. I think the ISO is setting at about 4,000. So park's in there. Camera's here. Okay, I'm going to actually take my son with me into the park, and let's see what images we can get. I'll see you in a minute. Bye. Well, what a complete waste of time that was. Yes, I'm in Manchester. It's now raining. It wasn't raining last night when we went over there into the park, which was dark, really dark, but we're in Manchester, so there's light pollution, loads of it. It was just terrible. Did I see meteors? Yeah, 2 in hours. So that was a waste of time. Okay, I'm going to cut in a second because I'm going to tell you about the LEA4, the new lenses I bought for the a7r Mark II, and it's exciting because stuff's going to start working. Oh, there was something else that didn't work. Anyway, here comes that cut. So here we go again. Firstly, thank you so much for the 9,000 views in, was it 9,000 views in 7 days? That's insane. That's crazy. Anyway, thank you very much. That's, wonder why. Okay, right. I spoke quite a lot about the RX10 in the last one. The one that got all those views. So I've got some issues. Yeah, I know I've got some issues, but I've also got some issues with this, the a7r Mark II. And there's a couple of, there's about 3. Okay, the first one is, do you remember I said I had a Miki battery holder and grip? I like the grips because it's actually a small camera and you're putting big lenses on. You need something else. You need something else there. Okay, I'm ignoring the car for the moment. You need something here. Well, anyway, the grip, you get what you pay for sometimes. It was throwing up some weird messages on the screen saying that this won't work and that won't work. And, well, why would it work? So, of course, I took the battery holder out and everything worked. So it was a shame because most of the buttons did what they should do, but when I was asking it to do certain other things, it wouldn't. So now I am waiting for the Sony battery holder and grip. So they are now, I've had a look up, they're about £230, which doesn't break the bank. So you need it because of battery life, and it's just so much better to hold. Okay, that was one issue. Another issue which I spoke about with the LAEA 3s and 4s is I said I wish I'd bought the LAEA 4. Okay, the reason why was because you need, if you're doing video, to be able to autofocus. And the LEA3 will not let you do that. So, I bought an LAEA4. Yes, it does let you autofocus, and beautifully. However, there was a however. I wanted to do for stills, and this is really important for the stills guys and girls. I wanted to use the tracking focus. So in other words, you can go into the menu system and choose your eye focus. So in other words, you can assign a button. I've actually assigned the AFAL button for it, where you press that and it will find instantly the pupil and iris, which is brilliant. However, with the LAEA4 on, it won't do it. I've tried it with different lenses. Obviously Sony A-mount lenses. My G-mount lenses, my G lenses, it doesn't work. Which is really annoying, because I thought, great, I'll be able to use these lenses and that's going to happen. No. So, I went to a shop today and bought an E-mount full frame lens. The one I went for, which is a bit of a dilemma for me really, but the one I went for was the 24 to 240. Now, it's not an expensive lens. It's not a G lens. It's not a Zeiss lens. But it's a good lens. And I played with it for about an hour in the shop, really had a look at, really zoomed in and pixel peeped, as they say. And I was quite impressed. It's slow. It's 3.5 to 6.3. However, in the summer and in the studio, it's good enough. Now, of course, with this lens, that system I was talking about, the eye focus system, works, which is really good. Now, I've got a wedding tomorrow, so I'm going to be using this on the wedding tomorrow. If I have problems, it's okay, because I can go back. I'll have my A99 with me, with my G lens, my 70 to 400, and of course, I'll have this as well, which is the 24 to 72.8, which is a fantastic lens. So those were my issues. So it looks like Sony wants you to go E-mount. So I think that's what I'm talking about today, which is a lot shorter. So I hope that helps you. And I know you people in the States will love my other car. So I thought I'll come to my studio and shoot this. So there you are. I am going to try and answer all your questions. I didn't realise how many people would be asking me questions. I will. I'm not a super expert, but I do a lot of studio stuff, which is here. I do a lot of weddings, and I think I know some bits and pieces because I've been doing it a long time. So, as I said in the last ones, I won't get techie on you. Oh, I did really want to show you the pictures of the meteor shower last night. In the newspapers, it was saying there's going to be this amazing firework display. No, it didn't happen. Plus, being in Manchester, the weather's just, the big town, lots of light pollution. Okay, right. So that's that again. It is amazing that I didn't actually mention that it's 42 megapixels, and on JPEG, it just. Your JPEGs are coming out, when you just shoot JPEG, they're coming out to approximately 20-21 megapixels, which is brilliant. I'm going to mention this because I know it's going to wind a lot of photographers up. I shoot in JPEG. Now I went quiet because a lot of people go, oh, why are you doing that? It's because I deliver really fast. Because if you do know what you're doing, and you know how your camera works and what you're setting in, and you can manipulate your subjects correctly. Why do tons of editing? The only time I edit is when the bride might have just dreadful skin, and I might clean it up a bit. But other than that, you should get it right first time. And the beauty of Sony is you can see what you're doing. So when you've taken the picture, I've assigned this button here to review and zoom in. So you can zoom and check what you've done really fast. So you know whether it's correct or not. So therefore, one of the things I offer is I deliver virtually every time next day because I'm shooting in JPEG. So there's none of this messing about in Lightroom. Okay, I know that's going to wind a lot of people up. That'll be exciting. Okay, that's a real one, by the way. That's metal. Okay. All right. Okay, I will do some more, and I'll actually publish some of the pictures because it's quite a nice wedding I'm doing tomorrow. But it's going to rain a lot, so I'm going to try and get them outside for maybe something interesting. Okay, so thank you so much for enjoying the last one, and yeah, thanks for those. I think it's 9 people who disliked it. Yeah, great. Okay, hate you. All right, that's it. And oh, I did it in one take.